Hey, it's Saul with another video to celebrate the World of Warcraft. This time around, I'm going to go over 15 of my personal favorite mounts. And this list was carefully curated in a very special way. These are the kinds of mounts that don't have a drop rate. These are things that you just work for and you get it eventually. I'm going to name them off, give a quick overview on how to get them, and move on. So let's get started with Legion's most popular mount, the Water Strider. I mean, sure, you don't exactly get the Water Strider in Legion. We could have gotten it as early as Mist of Pandaria, which is where I happened to get it. Of course, before there was flying, if you wanted to traverse over water, the Water Strider was the way to go, but well, here's how to get it. Go over to Krasarang Wilds, over in Pandaria. Over here at the Angler's Wharf, Nat Pickle's waiting for you. Wrap up with Nat Pickle personally, and you'll be able to buy the mount. It's gonna take a while to get started. Next we have the Sandstone Drake. To get this, give a player a lot of gold. Or, if you're an alchemist, you can make it yourself. In order to get this though, you have to do archaeology for quite some time. And in this cut, I want to mostly lean away from RNG style drops. Farming archaeology fragments just to get a chance to get the item that drops the recipe that you need to get this mount is kind of a pain in the ass. So if you have the spare gold on you, go for it. Next on the list is the Fathom Dweller. A really hideous mount that should have been kind of hard to get, but thanks to our players, the mystery surrounding how to get this mount has been solved, and well, it's pretty easy to get, if not there's a little bit of waiting. I'll provide a link to a guide below on how to get it, and otherwise you just need to wait for a daily quest to appear, complete it, and it's yours. Next is the RIDDLER'S Mindworm, and the conditions to get this are kind of the same. You gotta zip all around the world and click on certain things. A link on the locations on how to get this mount is also going to be provided below. Next we have the TRAVELER'S TUNDRA mammoth. This was for a good while one of the most functional mounts in the World of Warcraft. You can buy some basic supplies, and even more importantly, you can repair. To get this, go to Dalaran, whether it's the new one or the old one, and throw down 20,000 gold. Next on the list is the more expensive version. This is the Grand Expedition Yak, and you can get them over here in Kunlai Summit, and this will cost you a cool 120,000 gold. Of course, you have a repair vendor, but more importantly, you have a transmog NPC, which for people like me is a lot more important. Next is the Grand Armored Wyvern. When I first saw this guy, I was like, oh my god, I must have it. And so I did. For your horde to get this, all you have to do is get exalted with Dominant Offensive, and then throw down 2,000 gold, and this thing's yours. The Alliance have an equivalent to this. It's a lion, and well, it looks cool, but it's the Alliance. Who cares? Next is the prestigious Warwolf, or the prestigious War Steed for the Alliance, and I guess that one looks okay too. The achievement linked to this is called Free for All, More for Me, and there's a certain meta to fulfill, which basically means you need to complete all the different PvP based world quests on the Broken Isles. This includes Operation Murloc Freedom, Blackrook Rumble, Bareback Brawl, and Dark Rule Arena. Complete each of these 20 times, and either one of these mounts is yours. Next is the Amani Battle Bear. Not as cool as the original Amani War Bear, which is no longer obtainable, but still pretty cool. All you have to do is go to Zul'Aman and blow through the first 4 bosses in quick succession, so if you were on a max level 2, you shouldn't have any problem. Now off the top of my head, you don't have to do anything special like free the prisoners or loot the bosses. Just make sure you kill all the bosses and save Halazi, that's the Lynx boss, for last. Once you kill Halazi, you'll see a pile on the ground, loot that, and you get a mount. I find that the Coalfist gronnling is pretty cool because 1, it looks pretty cool, and 2, it's easy to get. There are 2 ways to get this. One is that it has a chance to appear in your Warlords of General Garrison. You'll have to put a little bit of work into leveling up your followers and getting them the necessary things that they need in order to complete the mission whenever it pops up, but there's a mission that pops up that rewards you with this mount. If you don't want to put that kind of time into it, you can just buy it off the auction house too, but of course the price of it will depend on your realm. The Dark Phoenix is basically your poor man's Ashes of Alar, and it's pretty obvious, but it's still pretty cool. To get this mount, you just need to buy it from an NPC, but there's one catch. This NPC is tied to whatever guild you're in. So you need to find the guild that'll take you in, and this guild needs to have unlocked the Guild Glory of the Catalysm Raider achievement. With that achievement unlocked, the Phoenix mount is available to buy. There's one more catch with that though. You also have to be exalted with the guild that's selling this mount. So yeah, this might be a bit of a pain in the ass to get. But if you're interested in getting this mount sometime and you're just having trouble finding a guild, leave me a comment below and I'll see what I can do. Next up is the Sky Golem. This is easily one of the most recognizable mounts in Legion. Just as recognizable as the Water Strider mount, because this one lets you farm for herbs while you're mounted. Combine this with a gathering enchant and you're pretty much good to go with really fast herb farming in Legion. And it looks freaking awesome with all the swirlies and the animations. Anyway, to get this, you either buy it from a player or in the auction house, or you craft it as an engineer. And this thing can be a pain. It requires 30 days or so of daily cooldowns in order to craft this thing. So good luck if you're going to make it, and well, good luck if you're going to buy it too. Next up is the mechano-hog, or whatever the Alliance equivalent is. It's a bike with a sidecar. I mean, what else is there to explain? This is also a crafted mount that you can either buy or make as an engineer. The materials aren't as bad, but they're still not cheap. But if you want a more functional motorcycle mount, this is the solution. The last engineer mount to bring up is the turbocharged flying machine. I mean, yeah, engineers can make other rocket things, but I really wanted to celebrate the very first one that could be made. This thing's awesome. It's a freaking helicopter. It's super animated and has a little, little dancy little thing at the head. Like I said, this is made by engineers, and this time you're going to need mats from the Burning Crusade. It's worth it though. A mount with a character like this is the reason that I became an engineer in the first place. The last and definitely not least on my list of pretty awesome mounts is the Chauffeured mechano-hog, or again, whatever the Alliance equivalent is. This thing's awesome because at the moment, this is the only way to get on a mount before you are level 20, when you typically get riding training. To get this last mount, you need to unlock the achievement Heirloom Hoarder. You just need to possess 35 unique heirlooms, whether it's gear or weapons or trinkets or whatever. And that's it, that's the list. But hey, if you know of a mount that's pretty easy to get, as in it's not based on like a drop rate, and you want to share it with everyone, let us know in a comment below. Otherwise, hit a like and sub to support the channel, because I love doing what I'm doing, and I don't want to stop. I'm out. I'm Soul, and stay breezy.